Start as Chaos Demon and join the chat group. Chapter 115: The Unknown and the Current Situation of the Ninja World. 100 years later, the Queen Mother of the West completely integrated the 6 paths of reincarnation, and then the 6 paths of reincarnation came out of nowhere, instantly attracting the attention of countless great powers in the prehistoric world. Today, my Queen Mother of the West has integrated the 6 paths of reincarnation, and will forever suppress the underworld. The 6 paths of reincarnation are now revealed. All the dead and living beings in the prehistoric world have a place to reincarnate, and the underworld should be revealed. In an instant, countless merits descended, divided into 2, and given to the Queen Mother of the West and the 6 paths of reincarnation. In an instant, endless saintly pressure came from the Queen Mother of the West, and purple air came from the east for 30,000 miles, and the Queen Mother of the West became a saint on the spot. The Queen Mother of the West actually became a saint. The eyes of the great powers in the prehistoric world were so shocked that they stared out, making them think that this was a dream. How could she become a saint directly? Because of the good and bad karmas of the living beings in the world, there are karmas. There are 6 destinations for this karma, called the 6 paths. The 6 paths are the path of gods, the path of asuras, the path of animals, the path of hungry ghosts, the path of hell, and the path of humans. The living beings in the world are judged by the good and evil karmas in their lives, and they will be reborn in the 6 paths after death. Countless information spread from the Queen Mother of the West to the prehistoric world, allowing all living beings to understand the usefulness of the 6 paths of reincarnation. What surprised everyone was that there were actually human beings and asuras in the 6 paths of reincarnation. The human race was easy to say, because Nuwa created humans and became saints through this, and the asuras were just created by the sticks to imitate Nuwa, and they were also included in the 6 paths. Then, the underworld opened, the underworld appeared, the gates of hell came out, the 18 levels of hell, etc. appeared one by one, allowing all living beings to understand what kind of place this was. Shichen looked at the underworld created by the tunnel, and he thought it was almost the same, and there were some others. Then a bridge appeared, the bridge was called Nehi. There was a huge stone beside the bridge, called the 3 Live Stone. Queen Mother of the West pointed out, and then turned into an old woman, boiling medicine there. It was mangpo and mangpo soup, which could make people forget their past lives. This mangpo soup was not made by Queen Mother of the West, but was given to her by the underground. This was a necessary step, otherwise everyone would be reincarnated with memories, and the world would be in chaos. This mangpo soup was also very powerful. After drinking a sip, people below Deluo would forget everything. Of course, it was useless for Deluo. After all, Deluo had long jumped out of the 3 realms, and his soul had turned into a true spirit seed. No matter how many times he died, he could awaken his past life memories at a certain moment and return to Deluo. Now that the 6 paths have come out, it's time to make the next plan. Shichen thought, and took out the upgraded cross-border stone made by Yang Mei. This could cover the entire prehistoric world. Its preciousness was equivalent to the acquired merit treasure, or some of the great merits given to him by Shichen, otherwise it would not have been possible. Now, as long as the Demon Clan and the 10,000 Immortals Alliance withdraw from the prehistoric world, it can be completely implemented, and this will end within 10,000 years. Now the demons have gone crazy in order to completely dominate the prehistoric world. The aura of the catastrophe in the whole prehistoric world is so strong that all the great powers have to stay in seclusion. Even the saints don't want to go out casually. Without the witches, I don't know who will punish these 10 little golden crows. Shichen looked at the sun star, where there are the 10 sons of Emperor Jun, who are the 10 princes of the demons. Without looking forward to the future, everything is known in advance by him, which is too boring. He shook his head and now he just needs to wait quietly. It's not time for him to take action yet, so he thought about entering the state of cultivation again. In the chat group, a group of group members are chatting enthusiastically. Since Tony invented the signal receiver of the 10,000 worlds, everyone has a new entertainment mode. It is also very interesting to see things in other worlds. Warning, warning, an unknown being is approaching the world where group member Uchiha Madara is, the danger level is extremely high. Warning, warning, an unknown being is approaching the world where group member Uchiha Madara is, the danger level is extremely high. Warning, warning, an unknown being is approaching the world where group member Uchiha Madara is. At this time, the voice of the chat group came, 3 times in a row, making everyone feel the seriousness of the matter. What's the situation? Something has come to my world. Uchiha Madara was originally diving silently, and was suddenly startled by the voice of the chat group, which made him feel a little uneasy. Group leader, what's going on? Everyone didn't know, so they had to ask Shichen for advice. Oh, don't worry, I'll take a look first. Shichen was also stunned when he heard the words, and then he cast his eyes on the world where Madara was, but what he saw made him stunned. Originally, he thought that the villain chat group was here to make trouble, so the chat group would issue a warning, but the world can only have the 5th level power descending at most, which is not enough to describe it as extremely dangerous. So that's how it is. I already know what's going on. After seeing it clearly, Shichen said to everyone. Group leader, what's going on? Madara asked hurriedly. After all, it was his own world. Now that Madara has achieved the 4th level, his strength has long surpassed the 6th path sage, allowing him to unify the ninja world. In the world of ninjas, as long as there is a truly invincible existence, it is very simple to unify the entire ninja world. Any conspiracy is useless in the face of absolute strength. At this time, 10 years have passed since Madara first joined the chat group. Under his guidance, Naruto has also become an excellent genin, and his mother Kushina died not long after taking Naruto away. If the tailed beast in the body of the Jinchuriki leaves the body, it will die soon. Even the powerful body of the Uzumaki clan cannot support it for long. For this reason, Namikaze Minato suffered for a long time. However, what kept him going was his and Kushina's immature son Naruto, so the current Namikaze Minato was more dazzling than the Yellow Flash before. After Madara unified the ninja world, he took the major ninja villages as the basis, retained the original shadows of each village, and took the Hokage village as the political center of the world. After all, he came from here. It is worth mentioning that because he knew about the night of the Uchiha clan extermination, he had already stopped Itake's massacre of the village. As for Danzo and Sarutobi Hiruzen, although these two people have their own shortcomings, they have their own advantages. As long as Madara is still there, no one dares to disobey his orders. Just like Qin Shi Huang, when Ying Zheng was in power, no one dared to make trouble, but as soon as he died, Zhao Gao destroyed the Qin Empire. Madara called himself the Five Elements Sage in the ninja world, just like the Six Path Sage in the past, and practiced the Five Elements. Because ninjutsu is a minor branch of the Five Elements Law, it is easy for him to practice the Five Elements Law, and his talent is very high, comparable to the Six Path Sage, so he is called the Five Elements Sage. His subordinates include Minato Namikaze, who is called the Yellow Flash, and Obito Uchiha, who has obtained the power of the Ten Tails. Both of them are his generals. The power of the Ten Tails was created by him extracting the chakra of all the tailed beasts, although it was not completely extracted and not as much as in the original version. But after his secret method, Obito can continue to increase the Ten Tails chakra in his body. As for how far it can reach, he doesn't know. The reason why Minato Namikaze can become his subordinate is that Madara has indeed achieved peace in the ninja world, and the other is that he promised him that after resurrecting Hashirama and Tobirama, he can help him resurrect Kushina. Minato saw all the changes in Madara, so he didn't doubt his words. Start as Chaos Demon and join the chat group. Chapter 116, Tongtian Patriarch versus the Evil God. There is an acquired evil god who is about to pass through Madara's world. His strength is at the 10th level. Even if this kind of existence is just passing by, the aura it exudes is enough to destroy Madara's world. Shichen explained to everyone at this time. What? The 10th level acquired evil god. Everyone was shocked when they heard this. This is a Hunyuan low level existence. Except for the top bosses in the group, no one else can deal with it. The acquired evil gods are at least at the low level, but even at the lowest level, the general world cannot solve it, and more will be destroyed by it. Unlike the original evil god, the acquired evil god has its own purpose and thoughts, and the original evil god is too powerful. It is basically in a sleeping state, and all actions are unconscious. The acquired evil god is eroded by the evil god, and eventually degenerates into an evil god believer, and then grows step by step into the acquired evil god. Although this kind of acquired evil god is not as powerful as the original evil god, it poses a greater threat to the world. Because its mind is full of crazy and corrupt thoughts, it is always thinking about destruction, so when facing many worlds, it will destroy them, unless it cannot defeat them. Please save my world, group leader. Ban was almost scared to death when he knew that there was an acquired evil god equivalent to the saint level passing by here. What should he do with this thing as a small 4th level? It doesn't matter, Tongtian, you go there, just descend in Ban's main world. Shichen thought about it. It would be too much of a waste of talent to let Yang Mei go to this level of acquired evil god, and he didn't have so much free time. As for Pangu, this guy is now wandering around in the prehistoric world. He has his own things to do, so he can only let Tongtian go. What's more, if we look at it by seniority, the two above are of the same generation as himself, so it's not easy for him to order them casually. Although he said it, they would definitely go. As for Tongtian Patriarch, although he was a saint of the Heavenly Dao in the prehistoric world, he lost the blessing of the Heavenly Dao when he left the prehistoric world, but his saint-level combat power was still there, not to mention that he also had the Zuxian sword formation, which was so powerful that only the 4 saints could break it, so he could easily deal with an acquired evil god of the same level. Well, I can just see how powerful this so-called evil god is. Tongtian nodded when he heard it, and then walked into the transmission channel opened by Shichen. Then, a picture suddenly appeared in the chat group, which was exactly where Tongtian Patriarch was. This was of course the picture broadcast by Shichen, and this guy couldn't think of live broadcasting. At this time, Tongtian Patriarch was standing on the thousands of stars, with endless Dao rhyme flowing in his eyes, 4 immortal swords in front of him protecting his body, and a huge formation diagram unfolded behind him. Although Tongtian Patriarch in the chat group has always been a clone, he will not be careless this time. The other party is a being of the same level as him. Of course, the one coming over is the real body, and the Zuxian sword formation was also brought over by him. Tongtian turned around and took a look at the world where Ban was, and then set up a protective ban outside his world to prevent the aftermath of their battle from destroying this world, otherwise there would be no point for him to come here. After making all the preparations, Tongtian looked ahead. A monster emitting black demonic energy was slowly approaching outside the billions of miles of galaxies. This monster was as big as a planet, and its body had completely turned into an irregular deformed body, with countless tentacles and bumps all over it. There was a huge one-eyed body in front of it, and the overall look was both weird and disgusting. My goodness, I almost vomited the overnight meal when I saw this. Tony saw this evil god, and the red wine in his mouth sprayed out directly, which surprised the little pepper next to him. Oh, sorry, I just saw a very disgusting thing. Tony looked at the little pepper with a face full of resentment and apologized quickly. You mean, I'm disgusting, right? Who knew that the little pepper immediately turned his face when he heard it, thinking that he was talking about her. Oh, of course I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about something I saw. Hey, in short, I'm definitely not talking about you. Tony hurriedly comforted him when he saw this, and he didn't even bother to watch the big guys fight. Speaking of which, isn't it impossible to look directly at the evil god? Can we look directly at the evil god because of our relationship with the group leader? Conan thought of a question at this time, and Shichen had told everyone about this before. That's right, if it weren't for me, you would have gone crazy a long time ago. If you can survive, you will become a believer of the evil god, and if you can't survive, your head will explode directly. Shichen smiled when he heard this. The madness of this thing basically doesn't exist for him. It is only the original evil god of the same level that makes him feel difficult. The existence of evil gods is very strange. They will naturally attract a group of followers, and these followers will also want to kill the evil gods they follow at any time and then replace them. If you are bewitched by the whispers of the evil god, you will degenerate into a believer of the evil god. At that time, you can engrave the magic circle and sacrifice anything in exchange for power, and the other party will accept anyone who comes. Even if it is just the most common stone, it will definitely not have energy. Only the more precious things can be exchanged for more power. Therefore, the followers of the evil god are very crazy and can do anything for power. This guy is really a bit weird. Tong Tien, who is billions of miles away from the galaxy, looks at this acquired evil god with a serious look. Black liquid will drip from the opponent's body from time to time. Any drop of liquid dripping on a planet will instantly turn the planet into a dead silence. Even if there is no life on the planet itself, if the black liquid drips, it will turn into a black and gray planet in an instant. Even if a creature that can travel in the starry sky falls into it, it will be gradually eroded if it stays on this planet for a long time. Hee hee. Delicious. Food in front. This acquired evil god also discovered Tong Tien Patriarch, who was billions of miles away, and regarded him as food. This was his instinct. Although they have their own thoughts, it is more of the instinct of aggression that drives them to act, and they are always affected by countless crazy thoughts, as if there are countless consciousnesses in one brain talking. After discovering Tong Tien Patriarch, its body, which was still moving slowly, instantly accelerated and rushed straight towards Tong Tien Patriarch, as if there was really a delicious meal in front of it. Humph, let me meet you. Tong Tien Patriarch snorted coldly when he saw this, and then held the Qingping sword and rushed directly towards the other party. He himself is practicing swordsmanship. The so-called swordsmanship requires one to move forward without hesitation, break all laws with one sword, and never wait for others to attack. When the two approached, the Qingping sword in Tong Tien's hand burst into endless green light, and the long sword reflected endless galaxies, and then slashed at the evil god in front of him. Roar. Food, resistance. The acquired evil god was furious when he saw this, and then countless tentacles flew out in front of him, turning into sharp giant thorns, stabbing at Tong Tien. At the same time, countless tentacles on both sides became longer and surrounded Tong Tien, as if they wanted to trap him to death. Shua. A sword light flashed across, and countless tentacles fell into the galaxy. Start as Chaos Demon and join the chat group. Chapter 117, a chapter without a title. Buzz. At this time, a strange sound wave came from the evil god, instantly destroying countless worlds around it and attacking Tong Tien. What a terrible devil sound, it's better to get rid of it quickly. Looking at the devil sound attacking him, Tong Tien's long sword turned, and countless sword laws flowed, instantly resisting the opponent's attack. This evil god has more than one law around him, and it is very chaotic, so Tong Tien is also at risk of being eroded by carelessness. Shichen looked at the battle. This level of battle cannot be ended in a day or two, so he turned off the projection directly, letting everyone see it. There is no need to watch it all the time. Okay, let Tong Tien fight. You don't have to watch it all the time, otherwise when you finish watching, your body will die directly. Shaking his head, Shichen sent everyone away. Alas, if you didn't say it, I would have forgotten it. I still have something to do, so I will withdraw first. Conan was stunned when he heard it, and then went offline. Seeing that there was nothing else to do, the others went offline directly. Anyway, there was no excitement to watch. In the ninja world, Madara is looking outside the world. With his current strength, although he can stay in the universe for a short time, he can't cross the void, but he can still take a look at the battle there. My lord, what's going on in the sky? There have been sounds for many days. Is something going to happen? Obito came over and looked at Madara and said. They didn't know that there was a battle outside that would decide the whole world, and Madara didn't need to tell them, which would only make them worry. It's okay, you don't have to worry about these things, what is coming will always come. Madara shook his head when he heard it. Obito was stunned when he heard it. then nodded and left. Now Madara is not anxious, so why should he be anxious? I don't know when they will fight, it's a headache. Madara looked at the Tongtian sect master in the universe, feeling a little helpless. The battle of this kind of big boss is so troublesome. There are still many things happening in the prehistoric world now. It's not appropriate for me to leave for too long. I might as well end the battle with it directly. The two sides fought for a long time, and the Tongtian sect master didn't intend to waste time with it. Although the opponent can be killed by fighting continuously, it will take a long time. It is not easy to completely kill a saint-level existence. So Tongtian did not intend to solve it. He just needed to force the opponent to retreat. As long as the opponent felt a fatal threat, it would be easy to make it retreat. Zuxian sword formation, appear. As the voice of Tongtian fell, 4 flying swords flew out instantly, and then turned into 4 directions to surround the opponent. Then the formation diagram opened, and instantly enlarged countless times, covering the opponent below. Fellow Taoists, please. The figure in front of Tongtian flashed, and 3 figures flew out of his body. They were his 3 corpses. Hello, fellow Taoists. After the 3 corpses of Tongtian came out, they bowed to him, and then each came to the position of a sword to control the position of one side. The Zuxian sword formation can also be controlled by one person, but it is not as good as 4 people. Although Tongtian has become a saint now, his original 3 corpses are still there, just like his clones, but they are much more advanced than the clones. Everyone in the prehistoric world knows the method of beheading the 3 corpses. Every time a thought is beheaded, a clone of the 3 corpses will appear, which is different from Lao Zi's 1 breath into 3 pure ones. Lao Zi's 1 breath into 3 pure ones is what he realized through this method of beheading the 3 corpses, and his clones are even better than this method. The 4 Tongtians controlled a fairy sword at the same time, and their bodies stood in the formation diagram. There were murderous intentions in the 4 directions, which made the opponent's already confused mind even more confused. Roar. This acquired evil god felt a fatal threat, which made it feel very uneasy, and then began to attack frantically. Shua, shua, shua. The next second, countless black rays flew out and bombarded the Zuxian sword formation, but did not break it a bit. There were different murderous intentions in each direction in the Zuxian sword formation, either sword lights and shadows, or yellow sand all over the sky. This evil god was originally huge, and at this time he was hit by the sword formation and felt different all over his body, which was even more refreshing than ice and fire. Roar. Seeing that his attack was ineffective, the evil god was a little flustered, and its body began to change. A series of squirming sounds were heard, and soon it turned into an octopus that was even larger than before, or it looked like an octopus, and its body was dozens of times larger than a planet. Oh. Is it going to fight to the death? Tongtian Patriarch ignored it and continued to attack it. Although Tongtian Patriarch has become a saint now, the power of the Zuxian sword formation is still his strongest means of attack. Only a saint can exert the greatest power of the sword formation. Moreover, the Taoist once said in person that the sword formation cannot be broken without the power of the 4 saints. There is a poem. It is not copper, iron, or steel, and it was hidden under Mount Sumi. Without reversing yin and yang, how can there be no water and fire to quench the edge? Zuxian is good, killing immortals is dead, and trapping immortals is full of red light. The changes of Juexian are infinite and wonderful, and the blood of the Delugo immortals is stained on their clothes. As the gate of the 4-sided immortal sword formation continued to attack, the opponent's tentacles were cut off one by one, but they were also constantly growing. The fallen tentacles were scattered in the endless starry sky, turning this galaxy into ashes, and countless planets were destroyed. Seeing this, Tongtian sect master quickly controlled the Qingping sword to fly out and destroyed all the countless tentacles. If these tentacles are still in the starry sky, they may revive one day, and then the world will be in danger. Looking at the other party's crazy look, Tongtian sect master thought about it and decided not to push this guy too hard, otherwise it would be troublesome if he had any tricks to self-destruct. If he could escape at that time, but the planet behind him could not, then what was the point of this battle? Thinking of this, he secretly opened a gap at a certain sword gate for the other party to escape from here. Although this evil god may not know how to break the formation, he can also find a gap under indiscriminate attacks, and then the other party will definitely attack from here with all his strength. Only 4 people of the same level can break the Zuxian sword formation. They only need to take away the immortal swords in the 4 directions respectively. Otherwise, if they take them one by one, they will only take away one and the other will disappear, and at the same time launch a strong attack on themselves. Of course, if there are people like Shichen or Yang Mei, they only need to violently break all methods with one force, which is the simplest and crudest. Sure enough, the evil god, in a panic, soon found the gap that Tongtian Patriarch had deliberately made, and then endless power began to gather. The evil god's 8 huge tentacles climbed on the void, and the single eye on its face emitted endless black light, and instantly attacked the gap, causing the formation to crash for a moment. Seeing this, Tongtian Patriarch also took advantage of the situation to launch an attack, and then the 4 swords turned into a huge immortal sword, appearing on the formation diagram. The 4 swords of the immortals destroy the illusion. Tongtian Patriarch's sword fell fiercely, and it instantly cut the opponent's body into 2 pieces. The evil god wanted to heal the wound, but found that the power of the sword law at the wound was too strong, and it had been preventing it from repairing the wound. Start as Chaos Demon and join the chat group. Chapter 118 Uchiha Madara in action. The light gradually dissipated, and the figure of the evil god had already fled far away, countless light years away. When it was severely injured, it had already opened a wormhole and fled away instantly. That's good. It is estimated that in a few yuan this thing will not appear again. Tongtian Patriarch nodded in his heart as he looked at the direction where the other party disappeared. His mission was also completed. Turning around and looking at the ninja world behind him, his eyes suddenly focused and he found a problem. I saw that the ninja world that he had set up a defensive ban on suddenly corroded a hole, and some black liquid was flowing on it. I still underestimated him. I didn't expect that before it escaped, it actually destroyed my ban and put the pollution source into this world. Tongtian Patriarch's heart sank slightly. This is not easy to solve. After all, he is not good at purifying and cleaning things. He can't cut off a piece of this world with a sword. Ban, your world is polluted by that thing. Although I can help you to completely clear it, it is not easy to solve. After all, I can't come to your world. But I looked at it and found that the pollution source is not very strong. It will definitely not exceed the upper limit of your world. It is still relatively weak at present. After thinking about it, he still told Ben about the matter. I know. Thank you, Senior Tongtian. Leave this matter to me. Since I unified the ninja world, there has been no fighting for a long time. Now it is a good time for them to move around. Ben smiled when he heard it. This matter is not a bad thing. Although he has unified the ninja world now, no one dares to make trouble in front of him, but they must be dissatisfied behind his back, and the various shadow villages are not so harmonious. Now there is this invasion from the outside world, which is also a way for everyone to work together. Only when facing a common enemy, the originally disharmonious ninja villages can have the desire to cooperate. To resist foreign aggression, you must first stabilize the internal affairs. I have unified the ninja world. Although there are still some small conflicts, with external pressure, all of this is not a problem. What's more, I can suppress everything at the top. After thinking it over, Madara asked Tongtian where the specific source of pollution was, and then he started to check it out. Thinking of this, Madara found a map and checked it out, and found that it was located between the land of fire and the land of earth, and not too far from the land of wind. Madara, who came here, looked at the completely blackened land and plants, and still underestimated these things in his heart. I didn't expect this thing to leave like this. It has just started, and it has already polluted such a large area, and all the animals in the pollution source have undergone strange mutations. Madara's eyes were solemn. Although these animals are very weak, even if it is just an ordinary rabbit mutation, it has the strength to hurt an ordinary adult, and the genin can still easily solve it. To be on the safe side, I'll investigate it in depth. It's not serious at the moment, but it will be a bit difficult to deal with later. Madara thought in his heart, and then went directly to explore the polluted hinterland. This is it. As Madara gradually went deeper, he found the core location of all this, and the original appearance of this place could no longer be seen. There was already a huge pit with a diameter of dozens of meters. The land had turned completely black and the depth was endless, like a huge abyss. What a terrible evil god. The attack he launched when he fled, after wearing away the restrictions of Senior Tongtian, was able to erode such a large pit, and there was a feeling of threat in it. Ban's heart sank slightly. It seemed that he still underestimated the attack of the evil god. This place is not only not suitable for human survival, but also has a whispering sound, which should be from the essence of the evil god. If you stay here for a long time, you may go completely crazy and fall into the arms of the evil god. Feeling the whispering sound that constantly tempted him, Ban also felt the thorniness of the matter. It seemed that things were not that simple. Well, if things can't be done at that time, ask the big guys in the chat group to help. Things should still be within the controllable range, so there is no need to worry too much. Ban looked at this place again and returned directly to the village. He did not go down to check again. This place gave him a bad feeling. After all, it was the power of the 10th order evil god. He could not be very careful. If he was caught in a trap, it would be bad. This place has been completely polluted. The further you go, the stronger the impact will be, so you can't stay for too long. Walking out of the eroded area, Madara gradually relaxed, and the sense of depression in his heart gradually disappeared. He looked at some polluted animals that had walked out of this area and killed some of them. Now these can no longer be called animals, perhaps they can be called monsters. Fortunately, no tailed beasts have been polluted, otherwise the consequences will be more dangerous. Looking at the land that was being eroded, Madara left here. However, although Madara did not find any tailed beasts being eroded, he forgot that this world is not only powerful creatures like tailed beasts. In addition to the half of the 10 tails in Obito's body, there are only 9 other tailed beasts, each of which has a clear destination, who is the Jinchuriki of which tailed beast, etc. Although there are only a few common ninja beasts, there are still some in the wild, so if they are eroded, no one knows how powerful they will become. Inside the huge pit, a pair of scarlet eyes suddenly opened and looked in the direction where Ben left, then slowly closed his eyes and took a deep breath at a drop of black liquid at the bottom of the pit. Hiss, I feel good now. The huge body moved slightly, then changed its position and continued to lie here. This is a huge black snake. It was just an ordinary ninja beast a day ago, but unexpectedly a drop of black fell into its mouth, and then after experiencing countless pains, it became the current appearance. Before, it found a lot of black liquid in the black pit where it is now, so it came here directly and found this liquid that can make itself stronger. If Ban saw this guy, he would be surprised, because he could actually feel Ban's arrival. You know, Ban is now a 4th level, and there is almost no leakage of his breath around him, so he was still noticed by it. The black snake closed its eyes, and then it seemed to enter a dream, and then it saw everything in the outside world. It was a land shrouded in black, and everything in the land was seen by it in another form. Countless black monsters are moving. They will attack all living things they see. Only those with the same breath will not attack. In a blink of an eye, a black wolf stepped into the territory of the land of fire. Madara returned to the village and ordered Zetsu to go to all the major ninja villages and summon all the cages in the villages to come to a meeting. This was a meeting of the highest level and they must come as soon as possible. After the order was issued, Zetsu left directly. He was now controlled by Madara. Even if Kagaya Itsutsuki was resurrected, he was no match for Madara, let alone a mere Zetsu.